Morning, work diver. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right this morning. Morning, Sauger. Good to see you too, man. Okay, Sauger's watching CPAH. Yeah, I've got that right here. I knew you'd be watching that one this morning, Sauger. And Work Diver is watching to see if shot breaks 635. Yeah, that could be a nice break to the upside. All right, good stuff. Boeing's still kind of riding this trend line here. I think 134 is going to be a key area. Still think this could, airlines are weak. I still think at some point we are going to get that move. So I'll probably want to know if this is down to we'll say 134.90 on the bid. Critical break at 134. Okay. I would look to go short if Boeing could finally break that 134 area. So but I'd want to see volume come in on it. Roku, not really going to watch Roku, but it would be interesting to see if it broke 118. So set an alert on Roku. We'll see 118.90. Critical break at 118. Okay, I'm going to take that off my watch list. NVIDIA destroyed me yesterday. I'm actually going to take that off my watch list too. Going to really reduce this. Okay, so I'm watching ZM. Work Diver, you actually might be interested in this. This is a pretty nice bull flag here, almost kind of forming a flat top. We could get a breakout here today at 155. I'm kind of looking for that to happen. And then we would get a move all the way up to, or we would have room all the way up to 161. ZM is pretty spready. It moves pretty fast, but this is one case scenario where I might actually consider taking a long. There's a lot of room to move. Like I said, we break out that one. 155 level. I mean, 100 shares, for somebody like me, I mean, I'd want to get in with 200, but it's too spready for that. So at least right now, it's too spready for that. So I would probably strive to get in with 200 or with 100 and just hold it. See if I can hold it for a couple dollars. If we have a possibility of making a $6 move, I don't see why I couldn't hold it long for at least, $2 to $3 of that move. But it's really difficult for me to do that. So, I want to be realistic about it too. If it breaks at pre-market, I would look to go for more of a scalp. I might hold on to a piece of it just in case. Oh, wow. Well, that's not good. Oh, what a jump. What a jump straight back up. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with this right now. But I'll tell you what, this is what I hate when it breaks these levels in pre-market. I would love for it to, bounce around a few times. And, if I'm going to go long anyway, I'd love to see it bounce around 155 a few times, get rejected, come all the way down here, and then, with the market open, ramp up and bust through it on heavier volume. I think that would be the more ideal situation for Zoom on a move like that. I think I've got alerts set for Boeing. Yeah, Boeing, Netflix, Roku. Okay. Target. Target had a major sell-off, but they're not doing bad. Their in-store sales are down, but their online sales are supposedly doing really well. So I don't know. There's a gap here at 98.11. I guess if it tackled or if it busted through the lows, I would go short. But this is kind of one that's going to be more on, and I need to move it up. It's going to be more kind of on the top of my watch list, just because it's very possible we can get a good long on this. It's very possible. I hate that it's doing it in pre-market. I did think about getting in when it was down here because it looked like it was kind of finding a bottom, but I obviously wish I did now, but when the market opens, I think I would definitely look to take a long on Target. INO, I actually purchased 400 shares for shorting, so I located them, and it's so far overextended here. It kind of reminds me of how Shopify looked the other day, just really extended, and was due for a pullback. And I don't know if we're going to get any kind of significant pullback on it today. I mean, it could continue to ramp up, but I will look for, a potential struggle here for the rest of pre-market. And then if the market opens and it bounces off these levels and can't break it, I'll consider taking a short position then on 400 shares, and I'll just scale out real quickly. It'll kind of be more of a short-term trade on this one. I don't think I'd be able to hold it for, a drop all the way down to $11 or whatever. I mean, I would probably go 400 shares short at the break of 13, and then and it looks like it's making that move now. Looks like it wants to make that move now anyway. But I'd probably only hold it down to 1250 to maybe 1225. And I'll tell you what, this is annoying. Didn't have a really clean break there though. Yeah, I'm going to leave that alone for now. Anyway, LVS. Forget what the news was on this, but this looks like one that could be good for a potential short. Would want to see more volume coming in on it. But this one could also be good for a potential long if we break up through these levels, and we could end up meeting resistance somewhere up around 48. So this one could get a $2 move to the long side. Kind of looks like it might be tracking with the SPY a little, but we're dealing with a 300 million share float, 330 million share float, and doesn't have a high short float interest. But let's see, Las Vegas Sands Q1 earnings beat. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. IMMU, yeah, IMMU is another one, Sauger, that I actually have on my list, and yeah, it's a bigger float. You're looking at a 200 million share float, but and they have some kind of I think we traded them last week actually. Some kind of news with cancer, breast cancer. This could actually be a good one to trade, but it's just you have to be careful on it, because this can just be a bunch of chop. It really can be, and I'm almost prone to stay away from it today, but I'm going to keep it at the bottom of the watch list. Going to move zoom up. Snap. Yeah, I will want to know if Snap breaks 1640. So I'll probably be interested at 1649. So 1649, short at 1640. Now it's a slower moving stock, so I don't know if it's gonna have some kind of massive quick dump out the gates. It's an 800 million share float, but we'll just leave it up. We'll leave it up there. I'm gonna remove it though. I've got the alert on it. CPAH, see what's going on with that one today. CPAH is a 3 million share float. So we've almost traded 3 million shares in pre-market. They provide update on impact of COVID-19. Launches referral programs for Bria Solo and Bria Teams. Counterpath prolongs virtual meeting room services and pledges to promote connectivity as world reacts to COVID-19 pandemic. That was March 23rd. So April 23rd is that they provide update. They provide an update, and the what is basically saying is so they're a global provider of unified communications and collaborations solutions for enterprises and service providers, and they're saying that the COVID-19 global public health emergency has resulted in a strong demand for their products and services. So let's see. Enable many businesses, including essential services, to continue to communicate remotely. Bria Solo, Bria Teams, and Bria Enterprise have all experienced growth propelled by the immediate need of end users to work from home with a secure and reliable solution, providing voice and video calling, messaging, screen sharing, and collaboration. So, I mean, here's the thing. The biggest news on this is that it's a low float stock. I mean, honestly. That's the biggest news on it. And the even bigger news than that is that it's a previous runner. So it's low float, it's previous runner, and you can make a move all the way up to $6. And if you break that, you're looking at, 732, and then after that, who knows. This thing has obviously made huge moves before, but it's a previous runner. So it's got that going for it. So yeah, might be good to keep on watch. So Boeing, I've got, again, an alert set. It's holding this trend line. I would look for a break of 134. IMMU, did I set the alert? Nope, I didn't. But be interesting to see if IMMU breaks $30. And it would also be interesting to know if it breaks 27.80, really 28. 28 is probably what we would look for. So we're going to say IMU 29.81 on the ask. Critical break at 30. Okay, add there. Bid, and then 28.50. Critical break at 28. We'll look for that. And really it's 27.77. 27.77. So there we go. Okay. So if that doesn't pull up, then I don't really want to mess with it. CPAH, just be careful on it. LVS. Would be interesting to know if it breaks 46. So we'll say alerts, LVS, 45.88 on the ask. Critical break at 46. So that could be a long. INO. I'll watch to see if we get a rejection, possible move to the downside. It'd be interesting to see if we could break that. Where are we looking at on the 30 and the 1 hour? Yeah, it's meeting some resistance there, guys. But what was this move? was at 12 o'clock yesterday. That was at 9:30. So it got bought up and then pushed back down and then went right back up. So got to be careful. Where are we sitting here? Okay. So, yeah. So there's that. Zoom. Once again, want to see if that can hold. Target continuing to move up. So target, I would look for a pullback back to maybe $100, but I'd want it to hold, I'd want it to hold 99.50. If it doesn't hold 99.50, then I have no interest in it. So, but I'll be watching that one out of the gates, and I'll tell you what, this is really making me want to go for this. I mean, if we've tapped it so many times, if we get the break in pre-market, may move enough just to get a quick scalp in. But all right, so anyway, guys, it's a beautiful morning. Little overcast over here where I'm at, but just a little bit. It's starting to clear out a little. Sun's going to be breaking through. Hope you guys had a good night. Yesterday, is a day that I want to forget. Today, hopefully, is a day that can make up for it. But I want to be careful. Want to be cautious. But at the same time, I want to remain confident. Demonstrate some kind of level of confidence. Morning, Yoni B. Good to see you. So, there's a fine line here, guys, when we're trading. There's a fine line between confidence and stupidity. And so no matter what I do, if I take these trades and they go against me, obviously, I've just got to admit that I'm wrong, get out quick enough, and hopefully find another trade to make up for it. But here lately, it's just been rough, but it doesn't matter. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities every single day to come in here and do well in the markets. So anyway, guys, we've got about 3 minutes to the bell. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back and we'll get to it. Okay, so my snap alert went off. And pulled right back up. Pulled right back up. Nice. Good job, Snap. Okay, I'm going to come out of that one for now. Hi, Stacy. Yeah, I did. I did. I got out with too much pain. We can definitely say that for sure. I don't know, Yoni B. Target might be bull flagging. SPY's pushing up, breaking through the 50-day moving average in a critical level. Zoom's moving too fast for me. SPY is getting bought up like nobody's business. Go short here, and I'll get out at the break of 28 on that. SPY's really breaking up, cranking up through some really critical levels. My MMU coming to test VWAP. Might break through it. CPAH is no longer an option for me. I want to see where LVS closes out on this 5-minute candle. See if we can get a move to the downside here. I'm going to go ahead and come out, lock in some profit, see where this moves for this 5-minute candle. Got a few more seconds in this 5-minute candle. Studies, executions. It's a doji. We would need to break 44.21. So it's kind of chopping around. We got to be careful of that. IMMU, recovered VWAP, but it's got a lot that it's got to get up to. There is no previous daily resistance though, so got to be careful with that one. I know. Still chopping around. Zoom continue to move higher. Wish I'd gotten in at the break of 155. Kind of missed that one. Target looks like it could be a good short actually now. $102.31. So let's see if we can break 102.31. It's having a hard time. I'm going to come out a little there. There we go. Here we go. Okay, going to come out. Rejected this top 3 times, so but if it has a breakout, that'll be really good. It'll be really good for target. It's holding. Doji on the 2, bounce off the 9 EMA. If we break through 102, that could be significant. Seeing a lot of buying though on level 2 or on time and sales. Let's get back in for a short here at the break of 50. See if we can do that. And it's okay, it's holding. It's gonna come all the way up. We can get another rejection. SPY's getting a little bit of a rejection. Okay, coming out half. See if we can get that pullback on target. Comes above 103, I'm gonna have to get out. There's a lot of buying. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out. I'll give it a chance to reset. But if it rejects it again, let's see. 2 minute, still not breaking the highs. Missed that move. See if we can break it again. If we end up getting stuck in some chop here. See what it looks like on the 5 minute. It's holding VWAP. Looks like it wants to go. I'm going to check in on ZM. Checking on INO. INO looks like it's having a breakdown. LVS is having a good solid breakdown. Still a little choppy. I know, definitely choppy. Looks like it's wanting to pull back. So let's go ahead and get in here. Okay, we'll come out half. And we'll see if it can break. See what it does here. This may end up just being another chop fest, guys. But if it loses this, it could make a significant move to the downside. I want to see it bust through 70. I'd even consider adding there. Man, buyers are stepping in. See if we can get a final move down through 70 here. There we go. There we go. No, come on. Buyers keep stepping in. Okay, coming out. Try it now. There we go. Come on. Let's get a continuation. Okay, removing some shares. 76. Ugh. Just not getting a good break. Just not getting a good break. Let's look at ZM. Let's look at Target. Let's look at LVS. LVS is getting a pullback. IMMU. Healthy enough pullback. It's a lot of chop. It's under the all moving averages on the 15-minute. Let's look at Snap again. CPAH could be turning around, but wouldn't hold my breath. I think LUVS is going to be good. I'm going to start averaging in. I think it's going to be finding some resistance here, so we'll see. I'll let it come to VWAP. I'll continue to add in up to VWAP, and then I'll just consider getting out. If it breaks all of this. I'll check it out, Yoni B. I'll let you know what I think. So we're going to average in another 100 shares there. Let's go check out Target. Yeah. I don't know. Good question. SPY's pulling, so it could be pulling a lot of the market. UVS is coming up. I'll consider adding one more time. I didn't get the ad. Didn't get the ad. Suppose it could come up there. Okay, I'm going to come out half. See if we can get a push down through these levels here. Come out half. 102.84. Try to give it time to work out. Go again. See if we can get that breakdown finally. There we go. It's not really a break. See if we can get it. Come on. go. There we go. Take off half there. Come out. Target is very slow moving. Was looking for a quicker breakdown, so we made a little bit of money on that. LVS looks like it could be coming back down. Try to give it some time. Zoom still on a tear. Wish I had gotten in on that one. I called it. I just didn't trade it. It's probably my problem this morning is having too many of these stocks up at once. I was going through all of them hoping to catch the best move, and I probably should have just focused on one. ZM was at the top of my list, so I should have just stuck on it. Yeah, Yoni be good. That's a good stop out point. Yeah, probably stop out should probably be 104, because if it comes all the way up to 104, it might break out. Just it's stalling. It's really stalling hard on VWAP. So it cracked through on the last 5 minute, but it got bought right back up. So we would need a good solid break. I guess the stop could be 103.42. Okay, gotcha. $103.42. Yeah, I've got an alert set on Roku. I forget where I put the alert, but I'll check that out in a minute too. Got to get out of this one. LVS was my Achilles heel for the day. Wow, it broke out over that high briefly. Zoom is doing well. Looks like it could be due for a minor pullback. I know, still stalling. IMMU's losing ground slowly but surely. Target still is not making any spectacular moves to the upside. See what it's looking like on the 2 minute. Yeah, it's really stalling out around those levels. Yeah, I would say the stop point should be 103.21 because I think if it goes past that, still holding VWAP. Okay, getting in for a long here. Oops. See if it can continue to go. Okay. May continue to push. Or this could just be a fake out. And if it is, I would definitely go short at the break of 102.70. So I'm going to set 2 alerts on this. I want to know if this gets back down to 103. Man, this is continuing to make a nice strong move up. Should have held on to those 200 shares. This could be good for a short on Zoom. Could come back down to test all the way down to these levels here. INO still chop fest. Check out Roku. Yeah, Roku's looking strong. It is. Netflix, strong. Nvidia, choppy. Shop. Looks like it made a move up. But there's been a lot of chop there too. Tesla. Chop. May give Zoom another stab. Got 80. See if we get the break of 161.33. It's holding. There we go. There's a nice little break down there. There we go. See if we can get a further break. Okay, gonna take half there. There we go. We go, it's nice, nice. Take another half there. And we got 20 shares left. I'll just hold on to that, see what we can get. There we go. Come out the rest there. Okay. So it was a nice little catch there on Zoom. Nice little correction. Wish I had gotten filled the full 100 shares and maybe should have held on to it a little bit longer. Thanks, Yoni B. Yeah, there's going to be another one of those days, man. It's just... And I really do, and it's should probably be a lesson to all of us, although you guys may have already mastered this lesson. I obviously haven't. But today, just, coming in here and running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to look at all these different stocks and what's this stock doing and what's this stock doing, and just really just a sense of urgency to come back from where I fell yesterday, and just to have another green day. Trying to just jump on anything, but it's really not good to do, and I know better than that. It's better to just keep your eye out the gates on a couple good stocks. And I had Target and Zoom both at the top of my watch list, both for a long. And look at this. If I had just taken Target to a long, and if I had just taken Zoom to a long, be done. Wouldn't have had to piddle around with these other ones, IMMU, the chop on INO, the chop on LVS. And I know that these are tougher stocks to trade. Just like Snap, it's why I didn't get in on Snap, even though the alert went off. But for some reason I still had IMMU up here. But anyway. See if we can dig ourselves out a little bit more. Come back up on the day. I'll try to be patient. Watch for an opportunity here. And I'm pretty much just watching Target right now and Zoom. I think Target could kind of piddle around up here, and it could, if it comes down to 102.70, I'm going to get short. Okay. Right now we've got a moving average VWAP crossover. So if it comes here and it holds, we could get a good strong move up, especially if it breaks 104.06. But if it comes down here and it breaks through and has a confirmation close and cracks 102.70, I'm definitely going short. Definitely going short, and it won't be for long. It won't be for long. I mean, this might only come back down to, we might only get $1 to $2 move on that. So I'll just get in it long enough to bring myself back into the green, and I'll keep it moving after that. ZM could get a quick snapback here. It's pretty good about getting snapbacks. All out on Target. Hate the way it's trading. Yeah, it's slowed down a lot. I'll tell you what, there is one thing I'm watching here for Target, and that is that the SPY has kind of reached this key critical area here at 281.94, but it can't hold above it. If SPY ends up turning around and making a strong leg down, I think that could pull Target. I think it could. I don't know for sure. We do have to keep in mind that Target, gap down. I mean, it was $106 last night, and it opened way down here. And Target doesn't genuinely make super huge moves, and so just be careful on that one. Just be careful on that one. 104.50 is definitely going to be a nice break for Target right now. I mean, we do have room to move all the way up to 105, 106. Zoom, like I said, getting a little bit of a snapback. It's kind of shallow though. doesn't really look like it wants to hold. But we'll see. We have to give that one a chance. Zoom can be tricky, as we all know. INO still just a chop fest. Tell you what, I wish this one had just worked out. You know, it's been coming up, 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 up. It finally has this, you know, massive sell off, and I'll tell you what. I mean, these are the moves that I've been looking for on a lot of stocks, but unfortunately, this is the chop that we've seen, and you know, it's very difficult to trade that. It just is, you know, and so. But I think we're all feeling it. I think we're all feeling it. Well, maybe not all of us, but I'm definitely feeling it. Let's see. 27.12. I might take another stab at this, even though it is difficult to trade. Target's coming up. Maybe about to get a blue sky breakout here. Not technically, not really a blue sky breakout, but you know, it's a good breakout. And there it goes. It's taken off. Getting a little bit of a pullback. Be interesting to see it pull back down to 103.50s. I think I'd get in there, maybe even 103.60s. I'd jump in for 100 share position. So I'm gonna just buy 100 shares if it drops to that. Done trading, guys. Down 358. Made a mistake where I was way too confident on my plan. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Sagar. You got to be confident. It's good that you're confident. And, you know, here's the thing. If that trade had worked out for you, you'd be rewarded for your confidence. You know, but, you know, it's like we said at the beginning of the live stream. I mean, there's a fine line between, well, I'll say it like this. I'll say it a little differently than what I said at the beginning of the live stream. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, you know, and you just gotta, you know, you gotta handle your risk properly. And I'm sure you tried to do that best as you could. I mean, look, Sagar, we're all getting it right now, man. I shouldn't say we're all getting it. There could be people in here trading who are actually doing very well right now. But I'll tell you what, this market has just slapped me around more times, I think, than I've been slapped around in a very long time. And it's hard to read. It's hard to read. And a lot of our strategies are not working. I can speak for myself. A lot of my strategy is just not working the way that it used to. It's just not. And it's rough. It's rough. And I personally, you know, I don't know what to do about it at this point, except for maybe just take a break, and or maybe just go back into simulation. And I might do that, and I might run the live stream on simulation. So, but don't beat yourself up too much, man. It's like Yoni B says. I mean, it really does feel like that kind of day. You know? It really does. I think for a lot of us. I may be willing to get in on INO one more time just because obviously there's a lot of people who have been buying through all of this. It's overextended. And people may be kind of getting to the point to where, you know, they see that it couldn't make it back up to these highs. So you might have people that are wanting to get out now. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I could see people wanting to get out. I'm going to go ahead and just take a, let's see, okay, quick little scalp there. Brought myself back to 36.68 on the day. I wanted to see resolution, continued resolution to the downside. Right now it's just tapping on this at this 1290 level, which shows that it's obviously still in an upward trend. Need to, I mean, this looks like, this really looks like it's about to break and start coming down, and there could be a good solid sell off. $33 million shares traded. What kind of a float is INO? It's a larger float, right? Let's see. Yep, 132 million. So I don't know. I mean, people are looking for it to come all the way back up here. There's bag holders. If this is the first day of weakness, there could definitely be some dumping of shares, at least down here to $12. So SPY's getting bought up. US oil is getting bought up. What's up, Note again? Good to see you. Glad you can make it in here. Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I'm saying, Yoni B. Another 4 million people apply for unemployment and we're going up. I mean, it just doesn't, there's nothing about this that makes sense. Absolutely nothing about this that makes any kind of sense at all whatsoever. So, I don't know. I can't call it. Honestly, can't call it with any of this, really. And I wonder how many other people. Okay, let's see. Target came back. So I'm going to put a stop limit at, so I got 66. Let's see what we're looking at here. 54. Stop at 52, stop limit. Stop sell. Get out if I have to. Really want to see this come back up. SPY's pulling, so target may pull. Otherwise, would like to get out, put in a limit order for a quick scalp at 87, 88 maybe. There it is. Okay, I'm out. Target coming all the way back down. ZM. INO creeping its way back up. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. But it's holding VWAP. LVS. I'll tell you what a great recovery on LVS. I mean, this was basically a reversal here. One giant reversal. And we've kind of hit the top. Could suffer a pullback. I expect that it would with the way that it's been moving. Okay, Notergoon's Adventures. I saw something interesting about what's happening. There's speculation that the inflation from cash injections isn't being felt due to falling prices of goods, but only stock prices are going up, reflecting the situation. A very simplistic explanation went into detail due to a perfect storm of oil, etc. But I don't know, craziness. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it really is. Really is hard to say with any of this stuff. With any of it. I mean, we're in some crazy times, guys. We're in, very, very volatile market conditions. Very volatile market conditions. I've never really known the stock market to move this irrationally. Look at this. Perfect recovery on target. Got chopped out. Now it's coming up. I know, lost VWAP on the 15-minute. Suppose I could get in here and get out at the break of 5-minute candle. Maybe even the 15-minute candle would be ideal. So we'll do that. Get in with 200 shares, and I'll pull off the first 100 at the break of 13.20. Stop. We'll even do 15.21. Okay, so we're out the first 100. It's ramping up. 13.33 would be the next level. So stop by. LVS continuing to push. IMMU getting a nice pullback. Okay, out on INO. Thanks, INO. Look at this. Getting bought right back up. Right back up. All right. Removing that one. Which doesn't even matter at this point. I will want to know if it... I mean, it would be good to know if it fails this, because that could be a clutch sell-off. So we'll just say INO, $13 on the bid. Roku getting a nice pullback. SPY still getting bought up. Boeing on a tear. IMMU stalling out right here. Okay, nice rejection there on IMMU off the 9 EMA. Morning, Mark. How you doing, man? Could be another VWAP bounce on target. Boeing is pretty much above this trend line now, so not expecting this to make its way down at all. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Notre. I mean, ZM, I thought about taking it, but could just be a VWAP bounce. ZM can be really choppy. It's very spready right now. Um, SPY's continuing to get bought up. It's broken through the 50-day moving average. It's butting up against that trend line that we drew a few days ago. You can see right here. This trend line on the daily. So it bumped up through the 50-day moving average. It's bumped up through this critical level, and it's tapping on that trend line there. So we could get a continuation, guys. We could get a really nice continuation on the SPY. We'll see. Boeing's a chop fest. Been looking at all the charts you've been looking at. ZM, it might crack, but I fear it because it could just ride it forever before choosing a direction. Yeah. Yeah. LVS looks like it could be rolling over. The 5-minute here. Wonder how much of a move we could get down. Stop would be at 91. So don't know how I feel about that. Target's continuing to move. Target's making really good moves. SPY is continuing to move. SPY is getting bought up really nicely. Looks good on all time frames. LVS getting bought up here. So I'm going to get in at 45.76 on LVS and get out at the break of 90. Well, I'll get out at the break of 82 now. Okay, buying half the shares back there. Looked like a rollover pattern. Now that has changed. Okay, getting out. Now that has changed. This could be a bear flag. We were making lower highs and lower lows. And I really thought we were getting a rollover here and that we could make our way back here to the 40s. Maybe even back to VWAP. You know, and I guess we still could, but this is why you have to choose your stops and you have to stick to them. Chart Stalker done for the day. Hope you did well on your trades today, Chart Stalker. Hope you did better than me. INO 13. So let's look at INO. Let's see what kind of sell-off it's having. So it's tried several times to get up here. Could not break. So the question is are we now about to see the backside of these trades? Or is it still going to be a chop fest? LVS is falling. Yeah. Good job, Chart Stalker. Good job. Story of my life, man. Trade too many. LVS. What a fake out. What a fake out. It's really hard to say with this right now. Just kind of teetering around those levels. Target moving up pretty steadily. ZM holding that VWAP. Boeing chop. It's up, down, chop. IMMU, a lot of wicks, a lot of chop. I know, still chop. But this could be it. This could be where it loses it, you know? And so, you know, I'd at least want to take a stab at it. I'd have to, you know, set my stop pretty quickly. But, you know, again, it's kind of one of those things where how many people have been buying into this, hoping that it's going to break, hoping that it's going to break. We've had this massive run up. And how many people would just be like, nope, forget it. I got to get out. I got to get out. And that's how we would create some good momentum to the downside. You know, don't want to be scared, you know, don't want to be fearful of taking the trade. So we'd have to break 13, we'd have to break 1290. The sell volume bars have been a lot more than the buy volume bars. All right, so I'm going to set another alert here for INO 1304 on the bid. Say 13, yeah. Say 1305. Marcus Collin SAVA. Yeah. It's looking nice. I obviously marked this one out a while back. So what's the float on that, Mark? Do you know off the top of your head? SAVA. It's moving slow, so we can see here on LVS, obviously I got faked out here. Obviously I got faked out, broke this candle. Now it's actually genuinely making a move down. Story of my life. Story of my life at the moment. What a chop fest. Yeah, INO is crazy, Mark. It is. I'm really just banking on the fact that there might be a lot of investors out there who just are going to get hammered if it doesn't continue to make highs. So it'd be interesting to see if there's a turnaround in that, how that all comes to work out. Yeah, as far as SAVA, yeah, it did have low volume. Yeah, it's moving slow. I'll go ahead and look it up. SAVA is a 21 million share float. So there you go. Tesla looking like a lot of chop here. LVS, finally, that's the move I was looking for. That's the move right there. So it was rolling over, but I got chopped out. I really should have set the stop up here, but you know, I didn't want to chance it. We had been so consistent with making lower highs and lower lows that I thought to myself, you know, if this comes above this candle, just get out. You know, and because I was already down on the day now, if I and I'm down, probably down on the week now, and if I wasn't, I probably would have just set my stop here, which again is part of the conservative trading strategy. Taking conservative share size and letting the stock have room to run against you. But I just, again, I didn't want to lose any more than what I had to. But that's the price you pay. You get chopped out and you pay for it. Missed the break of 13 there. Missed the break of 13. Next break would be 1290. See if we can get this. See if we can get this break. 90. Coming out. Half. Want to see a really solid break of 90. It's just not getting it. Come on. Take it again. There we go. Solid break. Come on. Let's get that solid break. There we go. It's a nice break there. Coming out half. Man, that 80 is holding. Coming out. 80's holding really hard. There's a lot of people there on 80. At least we reduced our loss on the day to 76. Man, I wish we could just get just a straight breakdown through I&O. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. See if we break 80 again. Can we do it? Got to see a lot of selling on it. There we go. Let's try this. Come on. Come out half. Oh, I can always add back in. Oh, come on. Okay, coming out. Back down 96 on the day. See if we get that move again at 80. I'll give it another shot. It looks like it could really go at that point. Otherwise, this is just going to turn around and be a huge short squeeze. See if we can get that break on 80. Let's try for it. There we go. Nice break there. Come out half just to lock in some. Man, it's having a hard time, guys. Having a really hard time. It's just not moving fast enough. Okay, gotta come out. This is just not, this is taking its sweet time. And it's so susceptible to short squeezes. So susceptible to chop. I just, ugh.
Why are you?
Well, it's too bad I wasn't able to. Um, Too bad I wasn't able to hold on to this LVS. I can't believe I got chopped right out. It just poked up enough to get me out, and then what a beautiful move. And how frustrating. How frustrating. I'm sure some of you guys are probably frustrated too. Um, all right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I may come back and just wrap this up. Okay, all right, I'm back. Yeah, it's a rough day for bears, but I know selling again. Yeah. Yeah, work diver. I've thought about doing that. I was talking about that earlier today. I think I mean that would obviously be the next move for me. Although I don't know. I don't know at this point. We'd have to figure it out. Finally, INO is looking like it wants to resolve. Um, we have another breaking point here at 63. Man. Story of my life. Could have taken 400 shares up at 70. Um, what awesome, quick, fast resolution to the downside, but not majorly though. It's still kind of stalling out here. Still kind of stalling out. It really is. This is a hard stock to trade. This is a hard stock to trade. Is he going to continue to get a breakdown? There's some pretty big bids at 1250. It's got to be people selling out of their positions right now. And even with that, it just doesn't, it breaks, but there's no major sell-off. There's no quick resolution. It pops right back up. You don't know if you're going to get squeezed out. People have been squeezed out on this stock so many times. That's probably why there's so much hesitation. Because when you get squeezed out, 100 times, everybody's hesitating. Everybody's hesitating at that point. So, as much as I'd like to mess with it, I just can't mess with it right now. I don't know what's causing this, but what would usually take one try to break a key level is now taking a few tries, so it chops before going in the direction. Like I know you can tell was going down, but it took so many tries at 1280 that it looks like support and squeeze up. Yeah, I mean that really is. That's exactly right, Yoni B. It really has been my Achilles heel, I like to say, just because, even here on LVS, I've had this happen to me multiple times. You're forming the perfect pattern, rollover pattern, but it just, and so you set your stop tight on it because you're thinking to yourself, well, obviously, if it breaks this pattern, we're going to see a move. But all it is chop. It just you get chopped out, and then it resolves. So so there's that. And then when you're having the breakups or breakdowns, you're right. You get in on it, and then all of a sudden it's moving. It's just moving. It's hard for it to have good follow through. It's like everybody's nervous right now. You can tell like a lot of people have had a lot of trades chop them out. When you have mornings that, basically, where was it? Yesterday morning, and well, it's doing it again. It's doing it again even today. I mean, look at AMD. Look at this chop. AMD never used to look like this. I'm not going to say it hasn't ever looked like that before. AMD has definitely had chop fest mornings before. But where was it? I mean, there was follow through there. We got follow through there. But yesterday morning, look at this on AMD. I mean, what is this? What is this? You think it's breaking out, and then it comes back and sells off. And so you think it's breaking back down, and then it comes all the way back up. So it's having a breakout. So you're like, yeah, let me get in on this breakout. And then it comes down, And even here, it's finally rolling over, but then it just completely whips back on you. It is, like I said, this has always happened in the stock market. Stuff like this has always happened, but not at this level, not at this rate, not this often. Not this often. This is it's the most ridiculous thing, and it's killing any chance, I've had here in the last month to be the least bit profitable with day trading. I literally feel like this is me trading 2 years ago again. I don't get it. But yeah, I'm either going to take a break altogether and clear my head and just get away from these charts and patterns, or I'll come back in and trade on simulation for a while and work my strategy back up, and we'll see what we can do. See what we can do from there. But I don't know. I'll see how tomorrow goes. See what happens. And we'll see how the rest of today goes. I mean, you never know. Does anybody know of any other stocks that are having any kind of decent follow through today? If so, that would be great to know. Snap is nothing but a chop fest. SPXL, long. That could be good for a long, actually. I'm actually looking at the SPY here. Now the SPY has butted up against a very critical level at 284, and it got rejected off of it, so be careful. This is a huge run up for SPY. And you know what else it did? It tapped on the daily. It tapped that trend line. So it came up to 284 and tapped the trend line. Be careful. This could be a turnaround moment for the SPY. But it's looking good. It's looking like SPY could make a nice push up and retest that level, even if it doesn't, and that would mean that SPXL would be good for the short term, I should say. Yeah, SPY looks like it wants to push. It's reclaimed that moving averages on the 2-minute. It's about to break the previous 5-minute candle high. SPXL isn't quite moving the same as it was before. Might put that on my watch list too. Just to trade the SPY. Stop below 33. Simulation for sure, Matt. If you walk away, it gets worse. I don't know, man. I've walked away before. I actually walked away for several months, and then I came back, went into simulation, and honestly, that whole thing was the best thing for me. I got out, I got away, I cleared my head, I came back with a fresh perspective, and then I started testing a strategy for like 3 or 4 months, and it went really, really well. And I was, anyway. See where INO is sitting right now. INO came all the way back up. Look at this, guys. I mean, who got in at 1242? I mean, just chop. Just worthless. Just worthless. You just never know what's going to happen. I guess what you would probably want to do is just start catching falling knives, or start shorting in the breakouts. That's really what it seems like should be done here. No doubt if it works, then you should. I was the opposite. I walked away for a bit and got very, very bad. Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. I'll give you that. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different way of looking at this stuff. Looks like SPY might be making a move down. I may short SPXL. Oh, you have to locate. Ugh. What's it cost? Oh, come on. $7 for 200 shares. I don't think that's enough to justify it. Could move $1.50 from here, but I'd have to be pretty committed on SPY. So SPXS, yeah, that's, there you go. Yeah, obviously that's going to be easy to short if SPY goes on a bullish tear, but I don't know. Yeah, true, Jason. Yeah, it's the inverse. ZM, LVS. LVS getting a really good VWAP reversal there, so Boeing looking good. IMMU could be turning around. It could be forming a round bottom reversal here. But I'll tell you what, if it comes back down and tests 2665, it's probably going to go. Let's see where it is on the 15-minute. It's really hard to tell. Out SPXL, paid for commissions. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it looks like it's wanting to make a move down. The SPY is it's looking like that's the story on the SPY. DGT, let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla's chop. See what Nvidia's doing. Nvidia's chop. Shop is a little bit of chop, but forming a good pattern there. A lot of dojis on the 15-minute though. Looks like it could get a move, at least a $2 move here. Too spready though. Guild. Yeah. Could be. Could be. I mean, this would be a good place to get in. You could get in and just set a really tight stop. It looks like it's forming a flat bottom here. Set it below 83.20, or even, you could even set it at VWAP. Yeah, this is this is the part of the day that bugs me the most. Is my top two ones. I was, Target and Zoom, and I didn't even watch them. I mean, I eventually came in and took little scalps on them or whatever, but I was more on LVS, IMMU, the harder trading stocks for some reason. INO. I just had I come in here on Zoom. I mean, I was calling it. I was calling this move in pre-market, a breakout of 155, and I mean, shot straight up to almost 158. I mean, what a beautiful move that would have been. Could have even held on to some shares and ridden it up here to 162. Blue sky breakouts at 165. And same thing with Target. I even thought about getting it in pre-market here. I talked about it at the beginning of the live stream, just because I knew breaking 100 would be, pretty significant. But it made a beautiful move up. Again, if I had taken, let's just say, if I had taken 200 shares on Zoom and 200 shares on Target, this would easily be anywhere from a $400 to $600 day for me. That was the plan. That was the plan. I talked about it. I talked about it at the start, in the pre-market here on the live stream, and I put it at the top of my watch list, like I said, and I just didn't follow it. So, guys, I've just got some, I'm making, some serious mistakes here. I really am. I know IMMU's a difficult stock to trade. I know INO's a difficult stock to trade. I know LVS can be a little more difficult. I don't know LVS the same way that I know these, but I don't know. I mean, you can see the chop here, and why I just wasn't focusing on my top two picks, I don't know. I mean, I should have just pretty much cleared out my entire watch list and just kept Target and Zoom on watch. But anyway, is what it is. I mean, we're not down a ton today. It's not really that big of a deal, but just kind of bites that we're doing this all over again. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get to my other job. I'm not even going to mess with this right now. But good to see y'all once again, and glad you guys came in. Hopefully one of these days we will get back to rocking and rolling. And then, then you guys will be glad you stuck with me. So right now, obviously, it's been uneventful, and I've had more of these beat up moments than we just haven't had many celebrations lately. Let's put it like that. So it's rough. It's been rough, guys, and is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. But look, we're not dead. We're not done. We're living, breathing. Our hearts are beating. We've got breath in our lungs. We've got a lot to be thankful for. So there's way more to life than the stock market. And thinking about those things often helps me to kind of clear my head and, not even worry about this stuff. It helps me to come in the next day with a refreshed and optimistic approach, optimistic perspective. Because that's the truth. I mean, honestly, like even if I did ever blow my account, which I'm not going to do because I told you guys I've got a cushion, and if I ever even break into that cushion, I'm going to pull out on the sidelines for a while. So, but even if I did blow an account, let's just say, I mean, it is what it is. Life is still going to move on. There's still going to be work to do in other areas, other aspects. There's still going to be the company of friends to enjoy, family, just life and the beauty of it. Memories will continue to be made. People will continue to celebrate birthdays, holidays, and life will continue to move on. So, again, I don't mean to sound so dramatic. I'm just saying that when I get into these places, it really does help me to renew and refresh my perspective on, to the point to where, like I said, I can come in the next day with the bigger picture of life in focus and just know that, hey, I'm just here to, try to make a little side hustle money, and it's either going to work or it's not. So it really does help me to approach the markets more confidently. One thing I can say for sure, I didn't back out of any trades today. I mean, that is kind of the good thing. Like I took every single punch, every stab on INO, every stab on IMMU, every stab on LVS. I took it. I didn't not take it out of fear. I stood my ground. I remained confident, and guys, really, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Because I'll tell you what, and this is what makes trading worth it. When those stocks work, when it actually starts moving, that's when the profits come in. That's when it all becomes worth it. I can have a $200 losing day. I can have an $80 losing day. I can be down 500 on the week, okay? Because I could come in, Monday morning, I come in tomorrow and take a stab on a stock that just continues to move, and I can make it, I can make $700-800, and it'll more than make up for whatever, and so you have to continue to take those stabs. You have to continue to take those stabs. And really, honestly, today, again, I mean, I just got to say it again. If I'd actually done what I was supposed to do here on Target and Zoom, this would have been one of those days. This would have been a minimum $400 day for me. And it probably actually would have been more like a $500, $600, maybe even $700 day. So this is my fault. I have to own this completely, just because, again, it's the two at the top of my list, and I wasn't even watching them. And I called both of them perfectly. Perfectly. There's no excuse for that. That's my fault. That's my fault. So that's another thing that we got to do. Just stay focused. Stay focused. But anyway, the key thing I need to learn is I don't have to take a trade every day. Today my gappers weren't strong. Yeah, that's the other thing. That's the other side of it, Sauger. And I mean, how true that is. We don't have to take a trade. Cash is a position. We've talked about that many times before. It is. Cash is a position. So, but anyway, all right, guys. Well, hopefully I can come back later with some better news. Look out for the recap video, and hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Thanks again for joining us, and yeah, and I appreciate it, Yoni B. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the encouragement. And like I said, I mean, shoot, we could come back later. I mean, this market, SPY is selling off right now. It just tapped on VWAP, but you can see all of a sudden came back and made this strong move. everybody thought it was going to go up and retest this level, maybe for a breakout, but it just rejected it. So if it comes back down and breaks through VWAP, again, we may have some good opportunity for some bearish entries. It's tapped off that trend line perfectly. Look at that. Look at this on the daily. Tapped off of it just about perfectly. I'll say 283.94. It probably would have had to come up to where? It's not letting me. 284. Where would that have been? 284.32, I guess. So yeah, I mean it's 30 cents away. Almost a perfect rejection of that trend line. So we'll see. We can get some downward momentum today. Looks like it's breaking VWAP. So, but anyway, guys, have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.